welcome back to Vue JS tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about Vue component. So this is the most important things why we use Vue JS, right? So a component in Vue JS is a reusable, self-contained piece of code that encapsulates its own structure, right? Suppose let's discuss the component with some example. So here you can see this color is the document object model. This is the DOM. This is your complete HTML page, right? Now here you can see in your application, suppose you have some header, some footer, some left panel, right panel, and the main body component, main body part sections where your data is basically changing. Every time your header data and footer data it's not changing, it's looks like static, means in every page header footer is same, and left panel may be same, or you can make it dynamic. Right panel can be dynamic based on left panel or anything you can logic, but all the things actually a part of your website. So when you load your application, suppose we are going to create a single page application. So every time when you click on any menu sections like home, contact us, about us, whatever you have in your menu, every time you don't need to refresh the full page. Instead of what we can do, so when we can first time open our application, we load all the things, right? Next time when you click on some contact us, then based on that contact us, the left panel, right panel, and the body will be loaded. Footer more or less all the time it's actually looks like same. So we will not load the header and footer data. We will only render these particular things, and it's automatically not automatically, actually it's internally load into your DOM sections. So as a user you can't understand that actually it's loading, actually it's getting data from anywhere, right? So it will not refresh, just like when you start your normal JavaScript, when you start Ajax just bring the data from server side and just paste it to the DOM, so that user cannot understand it's actually loading or not, and you are getting the new data without loading the page. Same kind of things we can do with the component easily. So the main purpose of the component is to split your applications into different component, and we can reuse that code in every sections when we need. And this particular component have particular piece of code which actually responsible for each purpose for each component. Okay, so why we use component? It split large UI applications into small part, small manageable part, means you can make it dynamic also, and we can reuse the code throughout your application, across your applications. Okay, and another things, we can maintain the easily. Means suppose if I want to change menu sections, suppose home, contact us, about us we have, now I want to add another things like blocks. Then we don't need to write every page that blocks. We just go to the header component, just go to the menu sections, you can add the blocks, and each will load, and every sections you will get the effect. Okay, so these are the things, these are the component, and we will use why we can understand. Now what are the types of component? So mainly there are two types of component, that is global component and local component. Okay, so register global component and it can usable with any other component. You can understand through by the name, that is a global component. So one time you will register when you load your applications, when you first time render your applications, and we can use every places. And what is the local component? Suppose this is the sections, this is the main body part, this is the main body component. So this is a component, header is a component, there are different component, left panel, right panel, footer component. So I need something, suppose I need a listing or any forms I need to include, I need to render. So the from not need in header section, not footer, not ref, not right. So and we need to load the forms inside the main body component. That means we will create another component which have the which have some which will call from another component. That time we can use the local component. Okay. So from the body sections, from the body component, we'll load the list component, we'll load the from component. So when we need this, we will display. When we need this, we will render. Otherwise, we will not do anything. Okay. So there are things. Suppose in the home sections, in there may have some content. We will load. In the block sections, there may have some images, some contents, some categories, some types. We will load based on that things. Okay. So the main components is from the DOM. DOM is the main page, your applications, and inside the DOM there are 5 components we can see for my example, and inside that we have a main component, and from the main component for blog there may have images, there may have content, there may have categories. For contact us there may have forms, right? So in this way actually we will manage our applications using the component. So let's go direct to the applications and let's try how we can do this with the component. Okay, so this is my editor. We are using Visual Studio Code for editing purpose. So let's understand the flow of our applications. We're running these applications here, and here you can see actually we have the things inside the public. We have index.html. Actually all the things, if you go here and try inspect these things, you can see all the things actually render inside the app. Okay, id app. Okay, so this is the id app. All the things will render inside the deep sections, whatever will write. Okay, and how it's actually collecting, how it's actually selecting the app, there is main.js. Actually we imported Vue from main.js, and we are mounting this complete app view into the hash app sections. Okay, so all the things from the app view will mount into the app. So this is the hash selector for id. Okay, so here you can see the id. For id selector we'll use the hash. Okay, so these are the main.js, and from the main.js we can import our component also. So let's understand the global component first. The global component is registered once and can be used by any other component in your Vue app without having to import or declare locally. Okay, so once we'll register and we can use in every case. Another, if you check in the folder structure, there is a component section. So just close all the things, and you can see inside the src we have a folder that is named components, and inside the components we will create any component. Okay, suppose I just need anything. Suppose let's create a menu component. So inside the components I just going to create a menu component. So here write menu, or you can write menu dot view. So this is the menu component. Okay, now just go to the menu component, and here just write the template sections. So all the codes are actually embedded in the template sections, and here I just going to write our menu component section. So I am not creating the menu actually. So here I just write menu. Okay, and here we need to export that things. So in the script section we just create export default, and the name is the menu. Okay, so these are the component I created and I want to use that globally. Okay, So how we can do this? So main.js is actually used for to import anything globally. Okay, so here I just want to use the menu component globally. So simply let's import the menu component. So where is the menu component? So here write import menu from the components menu dot view. Okay, now to mount in these sections, so simply here we can write I just going to store all the things into the variable. So simply write constant app, and here I just create I just using the create app, and again app dot mount. Okay, and here we can just use app dot menu, app dot component menu. Okay, so we, if you don't use these things, no problem on that. Simply we can use without that things, without semicolon, we can use the dot operator also, no problem. So app component is registered. Now just go to any section. Suppose I just go to the app view, and here actually globally we use the menu component. So app component, so inside the component whatever you write, this will be the component, and this is the name. Actually we are exporting from here, and we import it as a menu. Okay, just copy this, and inside the app view I just want to use that thing. So simply I just going to write menu here. Okay, now if you just go to the browser, you can see what is appear. So compiled with problems, component menu should always be multi-word. Okay, so actually let's close menu. Better one things we can write here. So instead of menu, if you write here the menu component. Okay, so write here menu component, and just use these things, menu component, and here use menu component. Okay, so let's see. So here we are getting view component, here we are getting the menu. So here if you write multiple times, suppose I just going to add menu 4 times, it will create the 4 times, it will render into your application 4 times. And if you create another files, suppose if you have a hello world component, it's by default when you actually create the application it's appearing. So when we just going to discuss about another component, we will get another files. Currently we have one files. So every files I not imported the menu from app view, but we just using these things, and we will get the response, we will get that much time. Means I just imported the menu component, I just calling this menu component 4 times, it will appear. So this is the menu component, and we can access it globally. Okay, so this is for the global component. Now the next things, how we can use the local component. So I just removing, and here I just take it just one time. Okay, so and import it above the view component, so any place. So when we just placed it, it will render that place. Okay, so this will be the menu part. Now I just going to create another component. I just going to create a local component. Okay, so let's create another local component. So before that, so what is the local component? Actually local component is defined and used only within the specific parent component. It's not globally available and useful when a component used in only one place. Okay, so let's see how we can create. Suppose let's display some message. So here I just going to create a message dot view, or you can write message component dot view. Okay, So this is my component name. And same like here we can create that thing. Suppose I just going to use the templating sections, and inside the template I just going to write div, and here just write this is message or something, right? So simply write inside the h1 tag hello message from message component. Okay, so this is the component. Okay, so this is the another component I created, but this will not import from main.js. So when we import from main.js, actually it will be treated as a global component. So let's close this, let's close the menu, and here we will going to import this message component from the app view. Okay, so how can I do this? So simply just inside the script I just import and message component, sorry, not menu, message component from components message component. And here another things we need to declare. So here this is the name, and after that I can create a sections just like components. Okay, and inside the components we will register. So in the main.js, so we use app component and we just register here, and here inside the app view we will register in the components object sections. Okay, so simply just write message component. You can write your in this way, and simply just write here message component, and it will treat as a local component and it will render. So now just go here, hello message from message component. Okay, another things, suppose I want to create our custom tags, not I just going to use these things. So simply here write custom tag. Okay, and you can do in this way. So this will be our tag. Okay, so we will see you, we will say you, so we'll discuss, these things also in our upcoming video. When you go into the deep on component, then we can understand, but you can create a custom tag using this. Okay, so these are the component sections, and next day we are going to discuss about the dynamic component, another type of component. Actually this is logical components. The main thing is global component and local component, and we can render the component dynamically. So next video we will show you how we can dynamically render our component. Okay, and after that we will learn how to data pass, how to make a component dynamic, means how to pass the data to the component, how to get a response from the component. So we'll pass data from parent to child component, child to parent component. So in this case app view is the parent component, message component view is the child component. Okay, so I just going to use the message component here. Suppose here I just going to create any things and I want to pass some data from the child component to the parent component, and if you want to pass some data to the parent component to the child component, then how you can do this? So interesting things, and using these things, if you learn out the component concept clearly, you can start your applications and you can do what you want in the Vue.js. Okay, so keep watching these things, and if you have any queries about this video, please comment me in the comment section. So thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.